Here is a simple dribble tutorial with a hand cam to help you understand the dribbling and different dribble moves in NBA 2K26. This video will help you see how to properly use these moves in game to make you an overall better player. Don't forget to check out the site as premium jump shots are already up and live. Drop a like on the video. Let's go ahead and get into it. Now your size up controls are going to be dribbling with the right stick stationary without turbo. So your size up cross will be up diagonal towards the off ball hand. The size up tween will be horizontally towards the off ball hand, and the size up behind the back will be down diagonal towards the off ball hand. A few things to note about these: this is perfect for chaining moves together very quickly. Since combo moves aren't a thing this year, you can flick right left fairly quickly and you can get some nice size up combinations. You're not going to get a combo package, you're going to get your size up package animations. And if you just flick up on the right stick, you get this new size up combination that was in the game last year if you held LT and flicked directly up on the right stick, but this year it's just flicked directly up over and over again to get your size up combinations. And your size ups don't use nearly as much stamina as other dribble moves, so try to go to your size up when you can. For breakdown combo, there's no regular breakdown combo or aggressive, it's just your breakdown combo, and they are basically the aggressive breakdown combos from last year, holding right trigger and then flicking directly up on the right stick. And since I have the Jordan Poole breakdown combo, I have options with the first two tweens, and then I can cancel an animation like that, or I can let the entire animation play out and have a little burst at the end. And you can also cancel these breakdown combos with your size up combinations. So your escape controls are pretty similar to your size up controls. I'm going to hold right trigger and flick up diagonal towards the off ball hand to get my escape crossover, and then horizontal to get my in between the legs. But escape moves also have unique combinations within the package this year. So if you hold right trigger and then flick right left or left right, I'm going to go right left for this one. I'm going to get this animation, and if I flick left right, I'm going to get this animation. Some things to note about the escape: you can do up to 3 escape controls without losing an adrenaline, just like that. So if you do a 4th one, you will end up losing an adrenaline, just like that. Also, don't sleep on your escape combination moves. Some of them can be really nice. So now combo moves are different this year. They're not standing combination A moves, they're moving combo moves. So I'm going to keep running, hold turbo, and then flick left right or right left depending on the animation I want out of my combo moves package. With pro combo moves, if I go left right, if the ball's in my left hand, I'm going to get that kind of crossover animation. I do this move a lot when I'm coming down the court, and I also combo it into my moving crossover, which we'll go over next. Now your moving crossover is easy. You just want to run up the court and flick up diagonal towards the off ball hand, just like that. And you can chain all of these downhill moves together. If you do a combo moves, maybe you do a crossover and then a spin move, all of those downhill moves kind of combo within each other. Now another good downhill dribble move this year are the moving behind the back. Just flick down diagonal towards the off ball hand while running. And that can also combo into the downhill dribble moves. You also have your standing behind the back. If you hold turbo and flick down diagonal towards the off ball hand, you're gonna get your standing behind the back animation. And to do your explosive behind the back, last year you had to do a double flick with the right stick. This year it's just flick one time, but you're gonna hold up diagonal on the left stick as well. So I'm going to flick down diagonal to the right on the right stick and up diagonal to the right on the left stick. It's going to kind of look like this. So you don't have to double flick anymore. You also don't have to do a move before you're able to do this like last year. You can just do this move by itself. Just be sure to not do this move around defenders because you will end up losing the ball. This has a very high sensitivity for turnovers this year. So for behind the backs, we have the standing behind the back. We have the aggressive behind the back or the explosive behind the back. And then we also have the moving behind the back. Now spin move is pretty easy. You just want to run downhill and then rotate your right stick starting from the ball hand and then go away from the ball hand. You can also start away from the ball hand and then spin it back towards the ball hand depending on which animation you want. And there is different animations within these packages. And also if you change the angle of which way you're running, you can get different animations. Like if I do a crossover before I do that, then I can end up getting a different spin move animation, especially with the Penny Hardaway spin package. Now your hesitations are very important this year because it is a very consistent way to set your feet at the 3-point line. Now your standing hesitation is the same. You're gonna hold right trigger, flick towards the ball hand. You're gonna get that animation right there. And then your running hesitation, you're gonna be running horizontal, flick down diagonal on the right stick, and you're gonna get your moving hesitation animation. Also, if you're standing still and you just flick directly up on the right stick, that is another really good downhill move, doing the hesitation and then doing your other downhill moves as well. But what's so unique about these hesitations is it's a really good way to set your feet. So if you're running and you get these animations here, you kind of want to shoot at the beginning of the animation to cancel the animation. So if I can burst here and then shoot before the animation really goes through, if you try to shoot too late, the whole animation is going to play out and it's not going to look good. But if you can get the right timing for your hesitation, you can get some really nice quick stops going for you with your hesitation package. Now your step back packages are really effective this year. Now your standing snatch back is the same as last year. Hold turbo, flick directly down on the right stick. You're going to get your standing snatch back animation. You have your downhill snatch back animation. If you're running downhill, you can do this little snatchback and you can speed boost off of these downhill snatchbacks. And you kind of got your horizontal or east to west step back animation, which that's another way to quick stop, at least with the Devin Booker and like the Jimmy Butler step back animations. But if you run horizontal, hold turbo and flick directly down on the right stick, you'll get these step back animations. So when you start comboing with the downhill snatchback, it's also a really good way to set your feet. You can start to get into combinations quickly with the downhill snatchbacks. James Harden is another good step back that has a really good downhill snatchback. Kind of set your feet really quickly, and then you can get into your horizontal step backs and all of the above. And just a few extra things to learn this year is the momentum crossover, the misdirection, and the walk back size up. To momentum crossover, you're gonna flick directly up on the right stick first. After you flick up on the right stick, you're then going to hold turbo and then run towards the off-ball hand with the left stick, kind of up diagonal with the left stick. So the right stick goes first, and then turbo and left stick. And you'll get these momentum crossover animation. To misdirection this year, it's completely new. Now, it's similar to an old combo moves, right? You're kind of going to flick right-left really quickly, but for the first flick, you're not going to hold turbo, and the second flick you are. So first flick, no turbo. And then the second flick, there we go. The second flick has turbo. The first flick is what determines your animation. If I go down diagonal to the right, I'm gonna get a behind the back animation, which seems to be the easiest one to trigger. The first input matters for determining the animation you're gonna get, but the second input doesn't really matter. Just focus on flicking the stick back as fast as you can. And lastly, for the walk back size, you're gonna hold down on the left stick and then flick up on the right stick. You're gonna get, a few different animations here. If you just hold down on the left stick, flick up on the right stick, you will get a few different animations. This is my favorite one right here. And there's also a walk back that was in the game last year. If you don't want to do the slower drawn out animation or kind of like a random animation that the game gives you, if you just hold down on the left stick and you do a tween or a cross, you kind of get some momentum going backwards. If you do a tween or a cross, you kind of get that similar walk back that actually is faster and creates more separation quickly, but you can, choose which way you want to go about it. But that is all in terms of the basic controls you need to know for playing NBA 2K26. Now all you have to do is put the pieces of the puzzle together, and once you start doing that, then you'll start getting really good at the game. If you guys want to see a full video on some go-to combinations, just let us know down below. Be sure to check out the website and drop a like on today's video. It's been Koza, and I'm out.